welcome or welcome back to my channel, Being Louisa. So today's video is going to be how I felt my 3 weeks on postnatal ward to be this year compared to last year, and just give you a little update on that. I'm going to try and do this in one take with hardly any editing because I am so tired and I am in so much pain. It's crazy because my eczema has decided to flare up loads and it's just so painful and it's so itchy. It's like not even just itchy, it's just painful. It's so painful. And yeah, and I've got to film so many videos as well because I'm going on holiday next week. Well, the end of next week I'm going on holiday, and I don't know if I'm going to have Wi-Fi where I'm going, so it's just going to be a bit crazy. So I'm like, let me just do everything now. But anyway, so let's get on with this video. So how has postnatal ward been for me as a second year? Completely different to how it was as a first year. As a first year, I went in there after having done like 8 weeks in community and doing postnatal checks that way, that going into a hospital and being around hospital policies more was very hard for me. Also, I don't like hospitals, so that's like another reason why it was hard for me. Everyone kept on saying, oh, it should be easier in the hospital, it's less stuff to do, blah blah blah, but I just didn't find it easier. I'm obsessed with going to people's homes and finding out who they really are and seeing them in their comfort zone, because helping women breastfeed that way is so much easier than helping women breastfeed in a hospital bed, and seeing that family and that couple in their domain and like actually like owning their domain, it's such a difference than then seeing them in a hospital bed where they like ask you sometimes, is it okay if I get up? Like, is it okay if I take these stockings off? Like, is it okay if I do that? Like, it's so different. So yeah, I like community better, but whatever, that's not what this video is about. But this year, going in as postnatal ward being my first stop, I loved it, and I'm glad I made sure that I got postnatal ward last year because I wasn't actually supposed to have it last year. I was meant to be doing antenatal clinic, I think, but I asked if I could change that around, and I'm so glad I did that because going in this year, I know where stuff is and I know things to do, and I know kind of what they expected, so that was so much easier. I did have completely different mentors this year and I liked it. It was really nice. So as I said, I was working with a midwife for my first 3 night shifts, and it was with my sign-off mentor, and it was really weird because I knew my sign-off mentor was working that week. Even my CPF doesn't know why that happened, but anyway, I guess you couldn't foresee what was going to happen. But anyway, so I loved my night shifts. I mentioned that before in our video. It was really good, like surprisingly, it was amazing. Now, the next 2 weeks, my sign-off mentor wasn't in for most of my shifts. Obviously, it's not her fault what happened, like it's just how it is. Like, you know, it is what it is. And so I ended up working with different midwives, and last year when that happened I wasn't that comfortable with it because I was so used to having continuity of mentor that it was just very difficult for me. But this year, because I was expecting it and because I had adapted a bit better and my confidence has grown so much since first year, it's ridiculous, you guys, like it's so ridiculous. And I had such lovely mentors, like lovely midwives to work with anyway, and it was so chatty that I came out of my shell a bit more and I didn't feel as awkward and quiet as usual. So it was just a different experience, and I loved getting taught the same things or different things but in different ways. Like I got taught things that I already knew, but I got taught them by a different person, which meant I got taught them in a bit more detail and in a different way, and it helped me pick an understanding that I like better. And I like that. Like one woman was like, I'm just going to teach you as if you've never done this before, and I was like, please do that. And I feel personally, for me, I like to learn things from the beginning. Even if I could do something more advanced, I like to learn it from the beginning so that I know the foundations and I know the core of it and I know why we're doing it, how you have to do it, how you're supposed to do it, what it's for, the results after doing that. Like, I like to know all those things, and the more times it gets repeated to me and the more I see it done and the more times it's repeated as it's being done, I process that so much better. I just feel like that's how my brain works, and I loved having that person like do that, be like, okay, I'm going to talk to you like this and talk about it like this, don't be offended. I'm like, I'm not offended, trust me, I love it. So yeah, that was really nice. And then when I did work with my sign-off mentor, she was like sort of the complete opposite. She'll teach you things but in a way that you don't really realize you're getting taught something until afterwards, and you're like, oh crap, like I know something new, and like that just slipped in there, and it was just it was amazing having the contrasts and working with my self mentor as well. She was just the sweetest lady in the whole entire world. Like knowing someone's just so kind, that's what she was like. She was just kind, and we got along so well, and it was just really nice, and I enjoyed it. So it's been lovely. I've learned so many new things. I've had so many different experiences, and I've had so much fun doing this. So I'm just gonna tell you guys one quick story. So basically, everyone keeps on thinking that I'm a nurse and I'm doing the 18-month course, and it was super weird. Like I was like, why do people keep on asking me, like, am I almost finished? I'm like, no, I just started my shift. And then I realized, oh, they meant like the course. I'm like, no, I'm in my 2nd year. And they're like, oh, you're doing the 3-year. And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the 3-year. And one day, this midwife that I felt comfortable around was like, oh, you've almost finished your course, right? I'm like, no, I'm doing the 3-year. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, why do people keep on asking me, like, have I almost finished the course? Like, no, I'm only just started my 2nd year. Like, I don't understand. And she's like, it's because you seem so confident and competent in your skills and what you're doing and your knowledge, that you seem like you are already a nurse and you're just doing the 18-month conversion course. And I was like, oh, okay. She's just like, take it as a compliment that you just seem that way. And I was like, okay, I just don't know. I feel kind of scared because half the time I feel like I'm pooping bricks. I don't feel confident at all. I feel so nervous I'm gonna do something wrong and that I don't know enough stuff. And she was like, that's a good sign. Like, just never lose that. Never get overconfident, over cocky. Like, always keep that little bit of nerve so that you never make a mistake, or you try not to make a mistake anyway. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's kind of something I wanted to tell you guys, because I wanted you guys to know that it's okay to be nervous, and it's okay to feel like you don't know what you're doing, because half the time you probably don't. But that's fine, because you make sure that you then go to your mentor, whoever you're working with, and ask them, like, is this correct what I said? Like, should I say something else? Is this the right way? Did I do this right? And it's always good to get that reassurance that you know, okay, you are actually on the right track. And it just shows that you don't feel like you're overly confident and you don't need to ask for help, when sometimes asking for help or informing someone of something is the best thing you could do, because you could save someone's life. Like, that's one thing about this job you gotta realize, like, it is people's lives in your hands sometimes, and it's like, whoa. So I think that's something that overwhelms me, but also makes me strive to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it's so much longer than I thought it was going to be, and yeah. So until next time, keep on being you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below with any questions or suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe to get weekly updates. Bye y'all.